There has been ongoing pressure toward Bernie Sanders to release his tax returns. And to be quite honest with you, I understand those calls. I think that it makes sense for him to release his taxes. And recently, he became very specific about when he intends to do so. Take a look.
Taxes, tax returns, why haven't you released them? When are you gonna release them?
Well, April 15th is coming. We wanted to release 10 years of tax returns. April 15th, 2019 will be the 10th year. So I think you will see them. So on the day in the very immediate future, certainly before April 15th, we release ours. I hope that Donald Trump will do exactly the same. We are going to release 10 years of our tax returns, and we hope that on that day, Donald Trump will do the same.
Okay.
Except our not being a billionaire, not having investments in Saudi Arabia, wherever he has investments all over the world, mine will be a little bit more boring.
You're a millionaire, though.
I wrote a best-selling book. If you write a best-selling book, you can be a millionaire too.
So he did in fact make some money off of the last book that he published. That book came out last year, I believe. And so it was following the 2016 election, and there was a lot of interest in any book that he would want to publish. So he has made some money. In fact, according to his 2017 Senate financial disclosure forms, Sanders earned roughly $1.06 million in 2017, most of it from book royalties. And I remember during the 2016 election, there were financial disclosures that indicated that he was worth around 500 grand. But it is important to see his taxes. I'm glad he's gonna release them. And look, for me, it's not about appeasing anyone and quieting the pressure. For me, it's about doing the right thing. So I feel like it would be hypocritical to push for someone like Donald Trump to release his taxes, or to push anyone else to release their taxes, and then have a double standard for a member of your party or someone that you might like.
Yeah, I like that at the end of that clip, Bernie's like, and I expect Trump to do the same. It's a great thing to say, it's not gonna happen. And I can't wait, the clock is essentially ticking on after he releases his tax returns for people to look at him on Fox News and et cetera, and just say like, oh, he's a millionaire. And he's going after these millionaires and these billionaires, and there he is, being all a millionaire. And no matter how much we try to point it out, they will not accept the fact that he wants to pay his fair share in taxes, and everyone else wants to pay their fair share in taxes, assuming that in these tax returns there aren't like weird dodges that he has made.
Well, I want to clarify something, and I don't think that they're misinterpreting us accidentally. I think that it's done on purpose, and to be fair, it's not just Fox News. I'm seeing this line of attack in the mainstream press, the nonpartisan press, all the time. So first off, the framing is all wrong. They try to frame progressives or people on the left as individuals who just hate and are against anyone who has any type of financial success or any type of wealth. No, I certainly don't believe that, right? So I'm not angry at people who are successful. I'm not angry at people who are wealthy. I am, however, angry at people who do not pay their fair share in taxes, who lobby our lawmakers to pass ridiculous tax policy that helps them, get away with not paying anything in federal taxes in some cases, while we have to pay our taxes every year as middle class and working class Americans. That's what frustrates people on the left. It's not like this weird anger toward people who are successful and wealthy. I don't care how much money he has. What I care about is whether or not he's genuine in wanting to tax the rich. And if you look at literally decades worth of video featuring Bernie Sanders either on the House floor or on the Senate floor, he has had the same message throughout the years. And I do believe him. I think he's gonna carry this out if he gets elected.
This line of attack, which is obviously done incredibly in bad faith, is a classic cudgel against the left. It's always been used, time immemorial. Bernie will not be the first. He's not. He will not be the last either. I mean, they even accused AOC of being like some secret rich person, or like when she walked through the halls of Congress in like a nice looking dress or something. Yeah, well, whatever it was. She's like, oh my God, she calls herself a socialist, yet she wears the clothes.
Like it was like a photo shoot.
It was amazing.
She was like, yeah, that wasn't mine.
It's like
they just rented it.
They expect people on the left to be, like one of those cartoon guys in the barrel with the suspenders.
Yes.
And it's just unbelievably bad faith, and that's why I think Bernie was more reticent to release his tax returns. I mean, I think he just knew that this was going to come. I doubt there's anything untoward within those tax returns. He just knew that this was going to be a weapon used against him by the liberals and the right.
Yeah, I definitely see it happening already. And yeah, he wrote a book. He wrote a book and he made money off of the book. No one's angry at him over that, right? Now, I would be angry if all of a sudden he has this newfound wealth and he decides to change his policy, right? That would be different. But as long as he is willing to follow through on the very policy that he has been championing, not just in the last 2 years, but his entire freaking career, then I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, I was concerned that he hadn't released his tax returns in bulk yet. It was weird.
It is weird.
But now it won't be weird unless there's something weird in them.
Liz Brunig made a good point in the Washington Post. She said, if you're mad about Bernie being a millionaire, you should vote for Bernie.
Yeah.
Because he would be the best way to mitigate that.
Now, Bernie Sanders isn't the only person who wants a fairer economic system in America. Elizabeth Warren is one of the other senators who's running, and she also released her taxes. And her taxes are actually amazing in how. Okay, so let me give you the details and I'll give you my commentary.
Sure.
So I'm like, there's gotta be something in there that looks bad, but no. So she released her tax returns for 2018, reporting that she and her husband paid more than $200,000 in taxes on a joint income of about $900,000. So she has, she's obviously making money as a senator, but she also has a writing career. So Warren and her husband, Bruce Mann, jointly reported a gross income of about $900,000 on their return, with Warren reporting income of $176,280 for her job as senator and about $325,000 from her writing career. She's written 11 books. I didn't even know she's written that many books.
Who's written 11 books?
Long career as an academic.
George R.R. Martin hasn't. I don't know if he has. But like people are waiting on that next book from him, and Elizabeth Warren's like, "I'll do it.
She should write the next Game of Thrones. That would be a good. You know what I'm talking about.
The wall is a metaphor.
So it's funny. It's funny because when I saw that giant figure, $325,000, I was like, "Oh, drums, her writing career. What's in there? What writing career? She's writing for Goldman Sachs."
Yeah.
And then you like see the 11 books. You're like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense."
It's so prolific also, and it's no surprise because she's the one who puts out the most ironed out policies already. Like that's the thing, and Bernie too. Bernie's website still is chock full of actual policy positions that are like, when you see people on cable news say, yeah, but how are you gonna pay for it? The answer is like berniesanders.com, and you just go and he's like $62.5 million, $11.2 million. Here's where it comes from. Here's the 2.3% tax increase that we're gonna give to people who can afford it. And the answers are there. So that's what's so frustrating also, is like seeing Bernie and Elizabeth Warren put out policy after policy, and then even to see like folks jump on and piggyback on those policies, but do they get as much coverage as Trump is showing up and being like, I'm better than them?
Of course it doesn't get as much coverage, right? Everyone in the mainstream press right now is enjoying their Trump bump. Anytime Trump does anything, like he can scratch his butt and it'll be a news story.
That would be a good news story though. I would hope the Young Turks would cover a news story like that. That's my kind of show.
Yep.
Really?
I will not cover Trump scratching his butt, but I will cover
that story.
the
Elitist Young
stuff.
Turks classic.
You know what I mean by crack?
But real quick, there was one part that I was curious to see with Elizabeth Warren's taxes, right? So did she take advantage of any deductions? And she did. But I mean, it's amazing. It was almost as if like these taxes were like carefully crafted to appeal to the left, because let me give you the details. They only took advantage of one deduction, and it was a tax credit for the installation of residential solar efficiency equipment.
Well done.
Nerd.
Yeah. How environmental policy works. You incentivize things like that.
Yep, that's
Very
exactly
well.
right. That's exactly right. So it appears that Elizabeth Warren's taxes are squeaky clean. I also want to give credit to the other Democratic candidates who have released their taxes. So several other Democratic contenders for president, including Senators Kirsten Gillibrand, Amy Klobuchar, and Elizabeth Warren and Washington Governor Jay Inslee have released their
It's like cute
taxes.
how squeaky clean these Democrats are. They're like, right? It's kind of cute. Like you would think.
And unexpected, I gotta be honest.
Unexpected, yeah, because I mean, let's be honest, Hillary, and not to mention like the Republicans, which are all like breathtakingly corrupt. These guys are like squeaky clean. It's kind of refreshing.
It is nice. It is nice.
Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.